Welcome back to Dave and this little one, Audrey, does outdoors. So this was the spot of my first ever solo wild camp about a year ago. It's been really heavy rain the last few days. It's looking a little bit sinister up here. I can see wild raspberries across there. That's grown considerably the last kind of sort of few months. Last time I was up here was probably in the snow. A few little flies, not any midges yet. We're probably going to try and, I've got a little drill bit, I'm going to try and make a little Swedish fire torch. We're a decent bit away from the path. Occasional little dog walker passes through this bit. We're going to try and suspend the hammock between these two trees. They're not the biggest trees, but they'll definitely take our weight. So we're going to do a hammock. We're not going to have anything to eat. I had a few little hot dogs and stuff before I left, because I was working. So we're going to have a coffee. I brought my gas, brought my MSR. I've got the DD tarp, DD frontline hammock. I've got my sleeping bag. She's got a bag. It's going to be warm. I've got an under blanket, so we're kind of probably overly prepared. I brought my big Cam 120 litre rucksack, but a lot of that is the under blanket, the tarp. You know, it's quite bulky stuff. And I've got a couple of litres of water as well for a couple of coffees and some chill. Got some juice and bits and pieces, but I'll talk you through that. There used to be, there's a rope swing that's been chucked up there. There's not been any fires here. Normally there's at least one or two open fire pits. You can see the scars of last year. Nothing this year, which surprises me. So it feels like this place hasn't been getting used. I'm going to try and chop a bit of one of these thicker trees and create a fire torch, but I'll talk you through that. So, thank you again for tuning in. Please give it a wee thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button straight off, because there's going to be lots of good stuff. Still trying to get out a wee bit. Haven't been out as much as maybe normal. I've had to kind of ease up a bit, but I'll fill you in later on. So I'm going to crack on, get some firewood, get some bits and pieces, maybe get the tarp up in case it starts raining. Brilliant, nice to be out again. Nice to be sharing it with all you at home. So thanks again for everyone's support. It's much appreciated. First element up in case it starts raining. It's always worth getting the tarp up. So this is the DD 3x3 multicam. Great tarp, pretty reasonably priced, pretty bulletproof. Love the cam. I'm sure from kind of this side. As you can see, I've managed to bring Audrey's bed again. She gets nice and settled in that. Home from home, pure luxury. So you can see, even just when you step a little bit back, so I can drop this other side as low as this overnight. There's a good chance it's going to rain tonight. It was torrential. It was like, I don't know, 8 inches of rain the other day. This is all raspberry. Wild raspberry. You can see they're all going to start coming out over the next few weeks. I'd brought my drone. I was going to maybe try and fly it out the wood, but I'll see. I'm going to get the hammock up. But so it's been quite a few weeks since I've put up any knots. It's really nice to, a bit anxious. I had to watch a little bit of YouTube before I came out, just to kind of, especially this one. This is the one that you put your tension on, and you've got Prosic knots that go in here. It sounds technical. But again, I've done it a few times and it's getting easier. So that was quite sweet, didn't take long there. So this is just a simple shoelace knot both ends. Might need to shorten that quite a bit. Yeah. Feeds. This is what keeps the midge in it raised. First trial haven't tightened up, haven't even doubled knots, I don't think. Feels good. Yep. That's really nice. This is the piece that I found in the hut. I remember getting a box of this type of thing at a car boot sale. It's not a bad sized hole, so I'm going to put a hole right down the middle of a log and one this way, try and get a fire going in the air should, and the whole log should burn. Bingo. Yeah, right through. That's it. Right the way through. That's advanced. Normally you just have okay, it's quite rotten, so it's probably quite a good starter, a good sort of practice tree. Right, I'm going to cut this off. So that'll support it in the ground. So all I need to do is drill a hole in this kind of awkward, right in the middle. For the folk that have been following the channel recently, I was really lucky to win a wee photography comp that the Montrose bag company had, so thanks again and a big shout out to them. But this bag, it's just really good because I can get a big gas cylinder in it, which is coming to an end, and I've got some homemade little wax balls in here. I've got my stove with legs and a lighter, so it keeps it all together, don't lose anything. So having these kind of little bag kind of sections in your gear is really handy. She needs some food. Nice little stand. So when I'm out, that's basically the drone. Again, little packet from the Montrose folk. That's so it's fully waterproof. That's my remote control. And then in here, so I've not brought any spare batteries because you can get about a good 20 minutes solid flight out of one battery which is in here. Because I find space a real premium when I'm out. It's one thing weight, but space becomes just as critical. So probably at Christmas I'm going to get a new rucksack. That's a couple of spots of rain. I don't like flying it in the rain. It is, I'm not going to bother. That's the rain started, but again we're under this really nice big old beech tree canopy. So, well, actually we're going to get a decent bit of protection anyway, especially over there. I'm not worried, it's just going to... Let's have a little look at this bad boy again. Nice to get some camp coffee. Ah, nice. Nice. Ah, it's just all the smells, the gas, your sleeping bag. Oh God, it's calming, soothing. Ooh, that's looking nice. I'm looking forward to that. Cheers, folks. That's the rain. Ah, it's better. I'm getting there with my hole through the tree. It's quite hard work, but there's plenty of little twigs that I can put down it. We'll get a wee fire for an hour before I hit the hay. It's not even 8. This is the great thing about having a tarpaulin. You've got a big kind of workspace, big work area. But slowly, it's not going to be a kind of massive hole to get a working fire in it, but we'll see. It's good exercise if nothing else. So we've got a hole right through that way, and I'm going to put this little stick in this hole and see if it joins. Yes, cleaned out. Oh, beauty. And that will stabilise it on the ground a little bit. These are little cotton wool balls that I soaked in wax on a previous video. I'm going to try and feed. So this is your hole. The wind's coming this way, so hopefully that will get a bit of ventilation in, which will help. So I'm going to try and sort of feed fuel in this way and that way, and just see how it goes. Trying to get some sort of flame coming up the middle. But because there's an abundance of wood, we can make a little fire. And see if we can get that little, I've put some wood in there, but it's just not wanting to play ball. But we'll feed up a little fire into that and try and get it going. No, that was a fail. Ran out of time. And it's drizzly, it's a bit wet. I put it on its side to try and get some flue coming through. That's the hole. What I'll probably do is I'll probably stick the little log somewhere quite dry, and we'll get back to that. I want to get my under blanket on. It's getting a wee bit chilly, it's getting a bit breezy. I want to drop his side down, just get a bit sorted, because that's 9. Might have a little mini fire for 10 minutes. So. Well, we've opted for just a little traditional fire. Tiny little stone circle, not much bigger than 6 inches. I've got the under blanket on. It's hanging a wee bit low, but I'll adjust it in a minute or two, and I'll get my sleeping bag out. Nice, all the flies are away, the wind's picking up. In the woods by ourselves. Audrey's still chilling. That's gonna be it. I'm not gonna put any more on that. Nice. This is a really nice little treat, having an open fire. I've got my little wood twig stove that I tend to use, so this has been really nice. That's my failed, but we'll get back to that some other day. I'm going to make sure that's stowed away somewhere dry, and we'll get that Swedish torch back on. It's about 9:30. Little fire's almost out. I'm going to drop this side a little bit. Under blankets on. She's had her tea, some water. It's getting dark. Again, we're almost in August, so you can see not even 9:30, and the light's starting to go. So in Scotland you get about, I'd say, 6 weeks of decent light in the evening. So, but anyway, that's been a really nice night. An experiment with a Swedish torch, nice little fire, bit of chill time with the dog. I'll probably get my head torch on and say goodnight once we're in. I'm going to brush my teeth, lower one side a little bit again, get her bed into the hammock. It's always a bit of a squeeze because we're at the edge of the wood and it's quite open. That bat's beautiful, beautiful. I don't know if you're picking that up in the dark. Oh, you could watch that all night. So stealth. Alright, that's us. Not a bad hang. Feels okay. She's tucked up beside me. Single blanket. But I'll probably end up taking my shirt off and stick it over her. Big deer just did her big bark stuff, so she went a wee bit bananas. But the minute they get a sense of kind of anyone, deer will just be off. So, but they were quite close. They run about up here, especially at night. So, but listen, we're going to get some Zeds, and we'll catch up with you in the morning. So, night night. Morning, folks. That's about 7. It's absolutely magic waking up, hanging in the woods. It really is. The noises, we've had a lot of deer barking quite close. She goes a bit hysterical. She's been nice and warm. I've been really cosy. And fair sleep, not a sort of. It's been a few weeks since we're out in the hammock, and like anything, you get into a kind of groove. And with the wee dog, she was kind of, I don't know. You wake up and all of a sudden, okay, I'm feeling comfortable. I go back to sleep just now, but how do you take it up? Oh, pardon me. So, but yeah, there was owls, there was deer, what else? Just like lots of little birds this morning. Absolutely fantastic. So we're just gonna have a quick coffee. I've got a wee kind of breakfast oat drink thing. If it's dry, I'm probably just gonna buzz the drone, try and avoid the tree canopy, maybe just for a couple of minutes, not do too much. good night last night though. Got to bed about 10 and got a reasonable sleep. I was going to show you last night I found a bit of wood. I think it's yew, because of this lovely pink colour that's on the wood. It's light. It was washed up on the river when I was collecting firewood for my stove, and I got a couple of rubbers. I don't know if there's many little stones. There's lots of these little pine cone things, but there's not much weight in them. Get some practice in that. Little drink thing's really good in the morning, just kind of a coffee, that's all you need. I've not got far to the car. Probably been a little bit less footage recently. My dad's been kind of deteriorating, so we've been really quite worried about him. I'm just focusing a bit on family, but that was really nice to get out in the hammock last night with the wee one. You have a couple of coffees and I don't know what kind of biscuit with my coffee. So, but yeah, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. It's mainly me and the dog getting out. Normally do some cooking, either open fire on the gas. We've got a little twig stove, combination of hammock and tent. Because I live in Scotland, I've got access to kind of bigger hills, but that all takes a bit more time, and because I've got quite a lot of kind of sort of going on in the family and work wise, sometimes that's quite difficult. But love getting out. It's been absolutely my medicine during the whole pandemic. I've really relied on this, so again, it's much appreciated to April and the family for supporting me disappearing into the woods on a pretty regular basis. So I really do appreciate all their support, and yours at home, because all the kind of comments and the feedback really kind of spurs me on and encourages me. I had this really nice message from one of my followers, Donna, who watched one of my early camps down at the coast, and it inspired her and her boyfriend to get out. I don't think they'd done any wild camping, and I think they had quite a blustery night. I remember her messaging me back then. So big shout out to yourself, Donna, and your partner, and that just buzzes me. You know, I get so much out of this, but the thought of somebody else kind of getting into it, kind of sharing what I get out of it, it's just really, really good. So thank you again for everyone's support. I'm going to finish my coffee and start packing down. Yeah, that's us signing off. Really good little night. Hammock worked out really well. The multicam 3x3 DD tarp. Bit of rain last night, absolutely sound. Nothing too snazzy. A couple of experiments last night. A couple of coffees, little snacks. Lightweight, pretty simple, quite close to home. Just, you know, getting used to the hammock still, especially when you've got company in the hammock. It's much more challenging. So, but listen, leaving no trace as per. I mean, this place it's a messy natural wood, which is really nice. There's been a lot less use up here, which is great. I mean, the firewood even here, and we're ramping through the summer, so hopefully this will be around for into the winter. This is more like my winter spot. So, but thank you again for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure, and remember to do all the bits and pieces. Subscribe if you've not. I don't know what's next planned. Probably the tent somewhere. We had camped across there a couple of times, which was really nice in the wood. So, but we'll see. We'll keep sort of trying to get a wee post up on a regular basis, but things are fairly sort of busy at home, so we'll try our best. We'll keep in touch. Appreciate everyone's support. Hope everyone's taking care out there. We'll see you on the next adventure.